What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. In today's video we are talking about the latest and cheapest phone from Apple, the new iPhone SE, the $399 iPhone. That sounds like a great price for an Apple phone, right? Well, maybe not that great considering that you are buying a phone that looks like it was designed in 2014. But wait a second, this phone was actually designed in 2014 because it looks just like an iPhone 6 that kind of looks similar to an iPhone 7 and an 8. So for $399 you're basically getting a 5-year-old phone with an upgraded processor. Now this is the same processor that you get in the iPhone 11, and yes, this processor is faster than most phones available on the market. I can probably say that this processor is faster than any processor available on any Android device. But that's kind of pointless since the screen is so small that you can't really enjoy any games on it. It's too small to edit videos on it, too small for pretty much everything that you want to do on it. I mean, this screen was great in 2014 when this phone was designed, but not so great these days in 2020. You also get a pretty small battery, and let me tell you that you're gonna have to keep that charger with you at all times because you cannot get more than 4 hours of screen on time on a charge. Even less than that actually, some days 3 hours. So you have a slow charger that comes in the box, so basically slow charging and a pretty bad screen on time. So definitely not a great combination. You know what $399 doesn't get you? Well, it doesn't get you a night mode in the camera app. So you take pictures at night. Well, they basically turn out just like they did 5 years ago when this phone was designed. In my opinion, that was a pretty bad move because the processor in this phone can easily handle the same night mode that we get on the iPhone 11. But no, Apple decided that you shouldn't have a night mode on the iPhone SE. For that privilege, you're gonna have to spend about $800 and buy the iPhone 11. Now, don't get me wrong, this phone isn't all bad. I mean, it has a pretty decent camera on the back. If you take pictures during the day, the pictures turn out really nice. It can film 4K at 60 frames per second. It has dual speakers, and the sound is extremely good from those dual speakers. Probably some of the best sound that I've heard from any phone under $700-800. And everything you do on the phone is extremely quick. But is that enough when you can get a bunch of other similarly priced phones that are probably better? Well, I personally don't think that Apple did enough with the iPhone SE, so you actually spend $400 on it. So why did they make this phone and who's gonna buy it, you're probably wondering? Well, at least in North America, this phone will probably be sold for $0 on a contract. And you know how it is, you break your phone, you don't really have any money, and well, there is a good chance that you're gonna buy this phone. Well, get it for free basically on a contract. Now, you're probably gonna ask me, but why buy this phone? You can buy a bunch of other cheaper Android phones that are probably better. Well, the answer is kind of simple and sad at the same time. If you're in school, for example, you're probably gonna buy this phone just so you can use iMessage and FaceTime. Because if you don't use those in certain groups, well, you're gonna be excluded from that particular group. It is messed up, but reality these days. You may also buy this phone if you have an old iPhone 6, because as we all know, an iPhone 6 these days is pretty slow, almost unusable. Not to mention the battery life on an iPhone 6 now, it's probably gonna give you like an hour of screen on time. So if you've had an iPhone 6 for this long, you're probably gonna buy the iPhone SE because you're not gonna wanna spend $1,000 on a new iPhone. Now, unfortunately, as long as people continue to buy this garbage that Apple puts out, like the iPhone SE, a 5-year-old phone basically, they aren't gonna change anything and they aren't gonna offer you anything better. So my advice to you is to skip the iPhone SE because it's definitely not worth $399. I mean, this phone would have been great in 2014, but in 2020 a 4.7-inch screen with those massive bezels all around it, come on. So there are a lot of alternatives out there for this iPhone SE. So don't get fooled by Apple and spend $399 on this phone. Alright guys, well, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, don't forget to press that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and I guess I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.